Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Who here wants to learn about LinkedIn?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Then we're in the right place.
You were in the right place. I am going to be very gentle with all of you. All right. So, my name is Donna Serdula. I am the author of the book, LinkedIn Makeover, Professional Secrets to a Powerful LinkedIn Profile. And I have been doing LinkedIn since 2005. That's when I first initially signed up. Does anyone else have me here? Anyone longer than that? I knew. Show off.
When did it start? When was it launched?
2001.
Really?
I'm not even like one of the earliest followers at all.
Wow.
This is the way I used to look. I was in sales and marketing for years.
Wow.
I didn't work directly for Autodesk. I actually worked as a reseller. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with what it's like to be a reseller, but resellers,
Computer store manager.
Oh, basically with resellers, you and your competitors are all selling the exact same software, and you've got to figure out a way of differentiating yourselves. And it's hard. You know, how do you differentiate yourself when you're selling the same thing as your competitor? So anyway, I was working at Microdesk. I was making cold calls. Lots and lots. Who here has made a cold call? It's hard. It's really, really hard. Well, anyway, I was cold calling. I was making about 75 phone calls, cold calls before noon. And I remember signing up for LinkedIn before that. And the very first thing I did is I signed in, I logged in, and then they presented me with a profile. Like, what do I do? So I did, I think what probably a lot of people do. I opened up my resume, and I started copying and pasting from my resume into my LinkedIn profile. And when I was done, I went, that's awesome. You did a great job. And then nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. What's the point of LinkedIn? I'm not seeing any type of results. Fast forward, I'm making these cold calls. I hit, one day, I remember it so well, I write about this in my book, I hit upon a fantastic prospect, a lead. I mean, really a hot lead. And I was able to make a connection. I was able to get an appointment scheduled with him. And what did I do? I hung up the phone. You know, my heart is beating. I'm excited. I've got this awesome deal. And I opened up Google and I searched his name because I wanted to learn everything that I could about this person. As soon as I finished typing in that person's name, I thought to myself, wait, I bet he's Googling me at this exact same moment. And I Googled myself just to see, because I had never done that before. And guess what was the #1 result?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what my LinkedIn profile looked like? My resume. Did it sell me as this high-level sales executive? No. Did it say why that person should do business with me? No. Were there recommendations from my current clients saying how awesome I was? No. We could keep going, guys, all right? Big fail. Big waste of opportunity. And at that moment, I decided that personal branding is absolutely imperative. And LinkedIn is a perfect place to start. And at that point, I did whatever I could to learn how to best optimize LinkedIn. And what started happening was, come on in, things started going so much easier and simpler for me. It was really strange. Calls were going easier. When I would walk into people's offices, it was almost like they greeted me like they knew me. And it was because they started to trust me based upon what they were learning about me within my LinkedIn profile, because I didn't keep it like this. I turned it into a true sales tool. So, just so I know where we all stand, who has had success with LinkedIn so far? Who has been contacted by a recruiter? How many of you have found a job on LinkedIn? A few people. Good. How many people have reconnected with other people on LinkedIn? All right. How many prospect for business on LinkedIn? All right. How many people feel that LinkedIn, their profile, has enhanced their reputation? How many use it to research prospects and vendors and candidates? Oh yeah. Yeah. How many people use it to act as a connector?
Like if someone says you're connected to someone, will you
More
introduce
like,
me? Or
more like, oh, you're looking for a job. You know, I know someone that you should be talking to. Let me connect you guys. There for you. How many people use it for networking? Networking in your pajamas. That's what I like to call it. Inspiration, articles, ideas.
no.
Oh, come on, guys. You gotta log in.
That's like a new, kind of a new feature with LinkedIn is the whole article thing, but
Oh.
I love it because it's more
Yeah.
junk, more industry stuff.
Oh, it's amazing, guys. Just log in and look at that homepage. If you don't get inspired, I don't know what moves you. Find people who can help me.
Yeah.
Have I missed anything? What have I missed? Anything? No, all right.
Well,
So with LinkedIn, there's over 150.
wait, go back. You didn't call out the last one.
None.
None.
You've no. Okay, none. This guy has had no success, but we'll change that. We'll change your mind. We'll change your mind. All right. So with LinkedIn, there's over 150 million people on it today. They are professionals. All right. We're not talking about soccer teams. We are not posting pictures of kittens. This is an entirely professional network. All right. 3.2 million VPs and executive officers, 97 times more likely to have graduated college or have a postgraduate degree. There's 4.4 million small business professionals on it, and people trust what they see there. They really, really do. In fact, 80% of companies today are using social media for recruitment purposes. Of that, 95% are using LinkedIn. People are using LinkedIn to form opinions on you. So with that said, doesn't it make sense to optimize? I'm sorry, I just love that picture. Even when I'm not talking about LinkedIn, I try to use that picture in my presentations.
Really?
Gratuitous sex.
Yeah.
There's always
my
like
side.
one woman in the audience who turns bright red when I show that picture, and I just love it. All right, so the question here is, here are two LinkedIn profiles. All right, we've got Jean. Jean thought to herself, I'm going to take the most unattractive photograph I can find of myself, and I'm going to use that as my profile picture. I'm going to, my headline, I'm just going to make it just what I do. I am going to not touch my URL. I'm going to make it as ugly as possible. And then I'm just going to copy and paste my resume in here. What do we think of her? Boring. She's boring.
Well,
She's
she is a
uncreative.
tax accountant.
She is a tax accountant, but
Come on.
very boring.
She's supposed to be
Over here,
boring.
we've got Regina, who's a CPA. What makes Regina's so gosh darn nice?
Those
Why
little
do
arrows.
we like Regina's?
Such a little arrow. Bullets.
She's got a professionally taken photograph. This is who you are. This is how the world sees you. Do you want to be that person standing in front of a closet?
The worst is when people have like friends at bars. Like there's a group of them.
Oh, just wait. Just
So
wait for the next
bad.
slide. She has a really interesting attention-getting headline. That is your headline. It's even called a headline within LinkedIn. What is the headline in a newspaper? It draws people in to read more. So don't you want to give a person a benefit statement? CPA, helping clients minimize tax, maximize profit, and grow their businesses. How can I help you? I mean, that stands out. I'm gonna click on, I need to learn more about this lady. Not only is she cute, I wanna learn more.
That's the search results line too.
Oh, it does. That's why we use CPA, that's why we use tax, that's why we use business. We know what people are searching for and we're trying to put those keywords in there. We have her complete experiences and they're keyword rich. Why keyword rich? People aren't always searching for you, but they're searching for someone like you. If they don't know your name, how are they going to try to find you? What are those keywords they're going to use? Those are the keywords you want to put in there. It's a Google world. The successful people are the people who are easily found. We have her connections, her websites, and a customized URL. We have a complete and compelling and interesting summary. Notice how it starts with qualifying questions, and then she introduces herself. My name is Regina O'Keefe, and I help businesses grow through financial planning and business consulting. Come on in. There is a spot right here just calling for those buttons.
It's okay.
You know, if you want, it's right here. It's all for you. Oh,
It's the teacher's desk.
yeah, sit up here with me. There's a clear call to action. And guess what? She includes her contact information. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have clients who say to me, before we start working together, they're like, Dawn, you know, I don't see any, I see nothing from LinkedIn, my phone never rings. Opportunity doesn't know what door to knock on if you don't tell it where to go to, right? They don't include their contact information. You need to tell people how to reach out. Hello. She's taking my picture from out there. So these are some do's. All right, now, I have done this presentation. I've actually had to start doing this because people have a hard time. They don't understand what makes a good profile picture.
Heard.
These are good ones, guys. This one with the person with the parrot on his head.
Scary.
No, I wouldn't do that. There's a woman hula hooping.
Lurch.
I don't think he really looks like that. I don't think he
Did you really find
does.
these on LinkedIn?
Guys, let me just tell you, it was easier to find these than it was to find these.
Oh my god.
I had no problem. This was like boom, 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 boom. This one, I had to work hard.
What's with the woman on the bed?
With the
Yeah, she's an expert.
This one was tame in comparison to some of the others I found.
I think that's my boss. Whoopsie.
All right, so look, if you guys take anything away from this, get a good profile picture, all right? A good profile picture is professionally taken. It is worth the money that you invest, because it is an investment, all right? Please do not take a wedding picture. Do not use a wedding picture. And the groomsman or the wife is like kind of like cut out. You only see half of her face. Not good. Don't wear sunglasses. Don't look away. I want you to look straight in the camera. I always say a blank background is a good background, because who's the focus in the picture? You are. All right? No, don't make the focus the back. Don't wear a bathing suit. Also, I don't want to see any elbows. No elbows, like shoulders and above. All right, so frame it like this. Does that make sense to you? Like this?
That's why it's called a headshot.
Bingo. Yes.
I see a lot of people put up their pics on, they're on stage speaking,
Mhm.
kind of show that they're like a speaker. Like, what do you think of that?
Well, you know, LinkedIn has recently changed their profile page, and that profile picture is a lot bigger now.
So that might work if you can see the facial features.
It could work, but really do the headshot. Just do the headshot.
But isn't that only if you're on your PC? If you're on an app, that you don't always get that size.
Yeah, well, that's true. It does shrink down on, you know, depending on how big your device is. But it is bigger now, so you don't have to get as tight as you used to. But I would still, no matter what, headshot. Or if you could see people behind you and you can kind of make out, that it might work, but professional is best. All right, so let's do the profile critique. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
That's nice. I can actually tell you two. I have two of the those.
Are you sitting on a bed?
Okay, wait. You did put effort into this because I did this. I've been doing this. I think this is my 3rd or 4th year doing this here at Podcamp. And I asked a woman, I did basically the same thing. She's like, no, really, my profile is perfect for you to critique. She came here, she opened it up, and it was empty. My critique was, fill it out.
No, I.
Sit down. I'm not going to make any changes. You're just going to take copious notes, okay? What do I love about this so far? Does anyone have an idea?
The headline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that headline an awful lot. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I love that she has 500 connections. I'm going to tell you right now, the more connections you have on LinkedIn, the more powerful, the more value you're going to see. The lower number, anything below 500, just get off LinkedIn, don't even bother.
So if people are trying to connect with you, but you don't know them,
Connect anyway.
Really? What? That's embarrassing when someone says, you're connected to Joe Smith, can you please introduce me? And I have to say, I have
Guess
no
what,
idea.
guys? I want to talk to you so much, but I can't talk to you about that. Maybe we can do a Google Hangout afterwards, and I can tell you all about the networks, but I got to talk about this. But yeah, the answer is really connect anyway. I also love that you personalized this. Awesome. You should be marketing this. Put that on your business card, on your resume, on your cover letter, on the bottom of your email address.
It's my profile.
This is her link to her LinkedIn profile. Did you guys hear what I just said? Because that was really powerful.
I'm so sure.
If the word pub is in there, you need to customize it. You hit the edit button, and then you put in your information. You put in your name. Someone asking me a question?
It's the link to her LinkedIn profile that
Yeah.
you're already on?
Well, I'm in the edit mode because I'm
Okay.
logged in as her. But if you wanted to visit her profile, she could send you that link and you could click on it and you'd see it. That would be the link to her public profile.
Okay.
All right? What I like about one, we already know about this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that. But with this, okay, so you're a brand ambassador, you're a community manager, you're a social media consultant, you're a freelance writer, you're a virtual assistant. I guess for me, I would ask myself, what impact are you making? That's just what you do. But a person would be interested in what's in it for them. So are you a virtual assistant who helps companies brand themselves better? Do you see?
Right.
You want to look at it from your audience. Do you guys get what I'm saying here? Make it into an impact statement. Use those keywords. But quite honestly, I wonder which ones are really you. Because they're kind of across the board. Maybe focus in on the one that's really where you want to be.
Yeah, because it's like you're a little bit of everything, but
Well, since being unemployed,
Yeah.
because I've been unemployed since March, so I kind of started
Aiming low and wide.
pretty much.
Yeah, don't. You want to niche in.
Okay.
All right. Do you see this? You know what? Let's start at the very bottom. I think it'll be better. The first thing I see here is your contact information, right? This is what you're willing to be contacted for. But this is also where you help people. And you're going to want to, I wouldn't close yourself off to anything, quite honestly. Leave yourself open. And then you want to ask, what advice would you give to users considering contacting you? I'm always open to a conversation. I'm specifically interested in working as a virtual assistant within a social media company. Give me a call at 215-436-9520 or feel free to reach out via email.
So, put your phone number out there for
Yeah.
the world.
I put it right there,
Okay.
all right? Two, her personal information. What don't I like about this, kids?
I don't have my contact information.
I'm going to say this once, all right? Success on LinkedIn is getting off LinkedIn. Don't hide behind a send button. LinkedIn is a CRM, it's a customer relationship management tool. It's a way of reaching prospects, it's a way of reaching partners, it's a way of reaching candidates. You don't want to stay within that realm. You want to be able to make people pick up the phone and call you, and you want to be able to pick up the phone and call other people, because real relationships are forged in the real world. All right? Make it easy for people to get a hold of you. Does that make sense to everyone?
Can I email you this new pic?
Yeah. Email it to hellodonna@gmail.com. All right? I would take out your birthday, and I would take out your marital status. Why? I don't think we, I don't,
It's personal?
yeah, they ask for it, but it's really not relevant. And you know what? As someone who is also single, I find that there is a bit of discrimination there. Why isn't she married? What's wrong with her?
She's too picky.
Just I love that you have your instant messenger, but I would suggest using Skype instead. Why? Because recruiters love Skype.
Because they can see.
They can see you.
You don't have a parrot on your head.
Right. But also, recruiters work off of one thing and one thing only. And no, it's not the need to help you. It's because they want to earn a commission. And in order for them to earn that commission, they need to make sure that they're placing the right person in the right company. And the best way for them to determine is to talk to you and see you and know that you're not crazy and you're not going to sully their name when they introduce you to the hiring manager.
They go to the pajamas.
Pardon?
Exactly.
Yeah, with the
Yep.
pajamas.
Just on the top, you can still wear the bottoms.
I do that all the time. All right. Honors and awards. Sigma Beta Delta National Honor Society. I'm going to say I think you've done more than just that. Don't think in terms of just tangible awards. We've got Dave Junkins here. He speaks in front of crowds. That is an honor that he's been chosen to do that type of thing, and he's consistently chosen. He should have that as an honor and award. Frequently asked to keynote and speak on the topic of email marketing and social media throughout the country. But even so, think in terms of frequently asked to train colleagues in. That's an honor. That might not have actually come with a button, but we don't care. Right? We can spin these things however we want to.
If you leave it blank, is that severable?
Oh my God, why would I hire you, or why would I want to work with you if you've accomplished nothing?
Does someone
But
really
that's
get
not the only place that the accomplishments are.
Oh, but you should put something in there.
Does someone really get down that far?
Whoa. I want this one. I gotta tell you something.
You can't stop. No, you knew it was coming. Shut up.
So I got a job interview for this job that I have now. Some of you know me, some of you don't. And at the end of the day, borrow your paper. The HR kid comes in, he goes, "Hi, any questions?" I said, "Yeah, would you like my list of references?" Remember that?
Yeah, yes.
And the kid looks me right in the eye and he goes, "No." I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, because all we did was spend most of the morning calling up all your references on LinkedIn. And you don't think employers do that? Yes, they do. You don't think prospective employers do that? Yes, they do.
And I'm going to go one step
Yeah.
further, okay? And I don't want us to think that this is just for recruitment and hiring and employment. This is across the board business. This is partnerships, this is clients, this is working.
Yeah, are you
with
credible? Yeah.
All right, something I'm loving right now, look at this.
That's cool.
She maxed out her groups. Why do I love this? Well, I love this for a few reasons. One, what did I say to you guys earlier? Even though I refuse to give too much information because I don't have a lot of time, but you need to have a big network to make LinkedIn work for you. It's just the way it is. Trust me on that. If you want, give me your cards. I'll set up a Google Hangout. We'll talk about it later. All right, but when you join a group, all of those group members are added as third-degree connections. So it's a great way to extend your network. If you extend your network, all of those people, if they're searching for someone like you, will find you because they're within your network. So join groups with large amounts of members. Also, think to yourself, who is my target audience? You know, if I'm an insurance agent, should I be joining insurance agent groups? No, because that's where my competitors are. I should be joining groups where my clients are. You're looking for a job. Did I see anything here with recruiters or hiring managers or human resource? No.
No.
No. You're in a lot of parenting groups. I don't know if they're hiring.
Well, the marketing
Maybe they are.
as well. No, most of it is blogging group because those were my interests.
Okay. If we really want to get down to it, I'm telling you to join 50 groups, but I'm not telling you to interact in any of them. There's only so much time in the day. Be strategic and make sure you join the right groups so you can be found. Okay,
The pic should be in your email.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Groups and associations, Girl Scouts, Chesapeake Bay Council. Okay, they're not bad, but maybe Podcamp East. Put that down as a group, all right, because you do free-form, real-world groups. Start putting in those groups. People want to know that you are a leader in your community, that you're doing things other than just watching American Idol at night. Twitter, I'm glad you have Twitter in there, that's awesome. Websites, okay, guys, watch this. Do you see here, there's this little edit button? I'm gonna click on it. And now it says websites. How many people here were in Bill Rowland's SEO class? All right, how many people were in that the class all about links and the meaning of hyperlinks? All right, maybe someone, all right, watch this. So you guys already know, she clearly has this single parent retreat blog, but what's the anchor text? The anchor text was blog, wasn't it? We say other here, and now we can give it my blog on being a mother. Or Mommy Blogging 101, whatever, I don't know what it is that you're blogging about. It's single parent retreat. Well, we'll just do that. Single parent retreat blog. That's still a better title than just blog. We want something that's going to actually deposit some link juice over there, and it's going to let people know what they're going to click on. What was this? Coast to Coast?
Media.
Are you still there?
That was the business I was attempting to start.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it there. But if it's dead in the water, then don't link to it.
Okay.
All right. But do you see what I just did? Now, if a person is searching for those terms, she's going to pop up, and it's also going to actually do good stuff for that website because LinkedIn has high authority. Do you see what I just did, guys? Did you guys take those notes? Because this was really freaking cool.
one. Should you give recommendations and to get the, like, talk to me about the recommendations
Yeah.
there. Because people, you know, have different philosophies. What's yours?
I believe, did you guys know that old adage, you can never be too young or too rich or too thin? You can never have too many recommendations in my mind. I'm like rapidly approaching 100. And my plan is to have even more than that, all right? So yes, you want to give recommendations. You want to ask for recommendations, but do you want to know what the secret of getting recommendations is? It's not, I used to say, the secret of getting recommendations is giving recommendations. Give and then thou wilt receive. But no, the real secret is asking and writing it for the other person.
That's true.
Because most people, really, one, don't care about you. Two, it's a life lesson today. It's always a life lesson in my courses. Two, they're busy. They're busy. They don't have time. Three, most people can't string words together. It's really, really hard for them. So write this down. Endorser.org. Recommendation wizard. Just put in the person's name, hit generate, and you get a really awesome recommendation.
That is so terrible.
Endorser.org. That was it, endorser.org. No. There's a chair right
You type in what?
Sit down.
You type in what?
Endorser.org.
Got that. What do you type into it?
Oh, you just type in a person's name,
Oh.
hit generate, and boom, it pops up. And what I do is I go generate, copy it, generate, copy it, generate, copy it, and then I put it into Word, and I just take the parts that I like, and I create my own. All
And
right?
then you just, when you ask them to recommend you, you just say, like, this is an example.
You know what I say is, so guys, listen to me. I'm hearing a lot of chit chat. The question was, what do you do? How do you make this seem not so obnoxious? And the answer is, when you write the recommendation, you say, hey, I know you're busy, so I've taken the liberty of writing a recommendation for you. Feel free to edit or change it completely. All right. The other thing here is, so yes, get as many recommendations as you can, but what I say to most of my clients is, and you know, I didn't really tell you what I do for a living. I'm a LinkedIn profile writer. I write LinkedIn profiles for C-level executives across the world. I have written LinkedIn profiles for people in Dubai, in Australia. I just recently finished the LinkedIn profile from the first woman who headed up. She also was the president. All right, so anyway, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. So what I normally say to my clients is, look, you think you want a LinkedIn profile, but what you really want is executive branding, right? And if you want executive branding, what you're trying to do is you're trying to say, hey, guess what? I deserve the higher paycheck. I deserve to be noticed. I deserve all of these things. That type of a high-level individual, they don't just get recommendations, they give recommendations. So you want to start giving recommendations out of the goodness of your heart, not with any quid pro quo thoughts in mind. All right, when you give a recommendation, I could say, sat in Dave's course all about email marketing, social media, thought he did a fantastic job, loved it, loved it, loved it, but no, I don't do it that way. I write as a LinkedIn profile writer who helps executives brand themselves online, most notably with LinkedIn. I know how important email marketing is. That's why I went to Dave's course. And that's why I know he's a fantastic human being. He paid me $5.
Check's in the mail, done.
Do you see what I did with that recommendation?
Yourself?
Yeah, right.
I talked about myself. Why did I talk about myself? One, so they knew that the person recommending him
Was legitimate.
was legitimate,
Right.
but it also ripples through networks. And all these people who are in his huge network, who are perfect base of clients experience for me.
Oh my gosh.
Read it.
Mhm.
Awesome.
No, it's awesome. All right, she's got her education. That's awesome.
Should you put the year you graduated from college so they can age you?
You know, here's the thing. I was actually just recently, last Saturday, I was on Sirius XM satellite radio, and they were talking about, you know, age discrimination. And I said, I'm gonna put the year. I want you to get discriminated against right up front. I want you not to waste any time working with, going through anything where afterwards they see they don't like you because you're too old. Well, you know what? Get that out of the way and find an organization that values experience and values wisdom and values all of that comes with age. So I say put it out there.
It can work for you.
It can absolutely work
Trust
for
me.
you. Especially when you put it out there and you have a great big smile and your hair is done and you look gorgeous and they see that you're rocking the social media and they're like, you know, I can have this fuddy-duddy, or I can have this crazy kid, or I can have this woman who has her stuff together. Oh, so I told you I work with like a lot of C-level executives. Do you know how few of them have a college degree? Very few.
Really?
That woman I was just telling you about, who was head of, she was the, you know, president of, she didn't graduate from college. Most of them don't. They're too busy. They're going to hire someone who went to college. So what do? You have to put education in there, otherwise you do not have a 100% complete profile. So we just don't put in a degree, we just put in a college. I said, did you take any cooking classes? Okay, let's put that in there then.
A cordon bleu?
Yeah, anything. In fact, one guy, he's like, yeah, I went to school, I went to the school of hard knocks. I said, all right, well, let's put it in there. Do you see this right here? That's what you were talking to me about.
Yeah.
This is the endorsements feature.
I'm getting all these emails about it.
Yeah, people are endorsing everyone left and
Yeah.
right. It's a free-for-all. Don's saying, writing me, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really fit with what I do. I'm like, just go with it. Yeah, it's new. It just hit like last Wednesday or Monday or something. I don't think what we're looking at here is what it's going to be forever. I think this is their very first iteration of something. But I do think this is something we need to really pay attention to because one, what did I say earlier? People are searching for someone like you. Right now, the way search engine optimization works within LinkedIn is all about keyword density, keyword repetition, keyword stuffing. So if you want to rank for SEO, go in, type in SEO, find which profile comes up first, count how many times SEO is said, and then state it one more time, and you're number one.
Oh, wow.
It's like Hotbot, like the old Alta Vista search engine. It makes no sense. But with this, if you can get people to endorse you for keywords, do you see where I think LinkedIn is going with this?
Yeah.
Strategic.
Yeah.
We're coming down to like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Experience. I like what I'm seeing here. Okay. What I would say to you is, again, think in terms of how a potential employer would be looking for you. What do you want to be hired for? What is that role? All right? Because, you know, I'm not really seeing real roles here. I don't know if people are necessarily searching for social media consultant. Maybe they are. You have to figure out what that position is and try to incorporate those words in here so you're more apt to pop up. Okay. Your summary. It's researching internet network marketing, social media, public relations, payment operations, management, blogging, and networking. Actually, the summary is where you tell the world who you are, what you do, how you impact an organization. It should be your professional manifesto. It should start off something like, hi, my name, oh maybe not hi, that sounds a little weird. My name is Jackie Stewart, and I love writing, and I love social media. I've been working in this realm for 5 years, and I have learned that quality trumps quantity. And I'll tell you why. The ROI, I'm pulling this out of my ear, but the idea is to show that you have something to offer, you have something to say, that you're creative, that you're different, that you stand out.
Instead of just keywords, which is what I have in there.
Right. Right. Do not copy and paste your resume. Why not? Because your LinkedIn profile is not your resume. Your resume is your professional history. It's your career past. Your LinkedIn profile is your career future. It's who you are. It's how you benefit an organization. You're going to say something?
No, that's just a good point. Too many people think about it the opposite direction.
Mhm.
Thank you for saying that.
It's why people should like you, why people should pay attention to you, and it should convert. There should be a clear call to action that says, hey, let's connect on LinkedIn, or visit me at my blog, Single Family Retreats. Or it depends on what you want them to do. You've got to tell them, or call me up. I'd love to talk to you about blah, blah, blah.
So the summary, as you said, should be a professional manifesto, but in a more conversational
Yes,
tone.
make it a
so-
narrative.
Okay.
Make it a narrative. Guys, so then lastly, we have her headline. I want you guys to go here. It's called linkedin-makeover.com. That is my website. On the right sidebar, you can put in your email address. And if you put in your email address, I'm going to send you my book called LinkedIn Headline Generator. And in 5 minutes flat, it will generate for you a really sexy, awesome LinkedIn headline. One that will get you noticed.
What was the site again?
LinkedIn-makeover.com. It's on the sidebar. All right, I would love for all of you to join. Plus, it is my mailing list, and I do have an autoresponder set up. So for the next 6 months, you will receive emails from me. Not a lot. It's like about 1 a month.
That's enough.
But it will give you training on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn dash, do it again.
Makeover.
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 And
All right.
it's the actual symbol of a
The
dash.
other thing is, once you go to
Literally, you know.
linkedin-makeover.com, you can find my Twitter feed. Now, not this Donna Serdula, I have another one. It's LinkedIn Makeover, but without an E. I am always tweeting out the profiles that I've completed, so you get to see what a good one looks like. All right? So with that said, we are really, I think we're at the end, aren't we? One last question?
Can you repeat it one more time? You said go to the sidebar and select what?
Just put in your email address. You should see it says LinkedIn Headline Generator. I have like cards if anyone wants those.